I remember the Boston Comedy Club.
Yeah, man. What, are you kidding me? Of course.
I mean, that was
crazy.
Like, I always wondered if it was because we were new to doing stand-up.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what we were doing, that room was so just the death that you could die in that fucking building, or if it really was as difficult. I mean, it was fucking insane. When I first came down, like 94, it was like people selling drugs right outside the front of it. You walked in, it was an absolute shithole. Barry Katz owned it, put like fucking 3 cents into the thing, had that old fucked up looking fireplace.
Yeah, of course.
Behind you on stage, and like the piece of wood could come out. And I just remembered when you went in there, it was like, I don't know, if it was any other room, I would have been like, you know what, fuck this. After I took a pound, it'd be like, fuck this place. This place is fucked up. But there was something about it because of the comics that were working there.
The guys that were working there were insane.
Yeah,
man.
you wanted to be able to have a good set in there.
When you first broke in there, you were like nervous, and then like maybe a year or so in, you find yourself putting your elbow on the mantle. That's when you know you're comfortable there. Dude, I got one of the most embarrassing things in my life on stage happened at that club. It was one of those urban nights, okay?
Oh, dude, one of the 12 embarrassing things in my life happened in that fucking club.
Now, I was only about, I don't know, maybe a year into comedy, right? And I just started becoming a little friendly with Brewer. So now I go down there one night, and I would just hang out, try to get on, that sort of thing. And Brewer and Chappelle meet up, and they're going to go around the corner. This is, again, years and years ago, and they're going to smoke a joint, and they invite me to come.
What was this, like 92, 3, 4?
Like 94, 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So we go around the bend. And
so just to put it in perspective, Men in Tights for...
No, Nutty Professor he was making, and Brewer was on Saturday Night Live.
He was? Okay, yes. Cool. All right.
Because we go around the bend, and I'm like just being quiet, so excited to be hanging here, right? And we're smoking the joint, and... Chappelle's telling the famous story about his end from Eddie Murphy being mad at David Spade for that. You remember that famous story?
Oh, yeah.
Where Spade said, look, a falling star, and it's a picture of Eddie Murphy.
Catch a falling star, yeah. Spade just recently wrote a blog about it. It's like famous. Everybody knows that story. It's still going on. I think he finally saw Eddie, and Eddie said, hey, what's up? So I think it's finally... Like fucking 20 years later, it's finally over, yeah.
And in that point, it was wild because I'm sitting there getting Chappelle's end of it because he's doing Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy when that happened.
Right.
And then Brewer's on with Spade on Saturday Night Live, so they're telling each other's version of the phone call and stuff. And I'm like, wow. So then we go back to the club. And again, packed, urban night, as we said. It was a little cold, so I'd gotten there early, and I put my coat down.
So this is Sunday night, the all-black show.
Yeah.
For people don't know what urban night is.
Yeah.
And it's not Urban Outfitter night.
And this is important to know, because I put my coat down, and they're both high, and Jason, who runs the club at the time, goes, who wants to go in first? Jim, you, Dave, you? And they go, no, let me relax. And they go, put Petey on, you know? And I'm freaking high. I'm not even good at comedy, really. So they put me on first. Dying, right? I'm bombing. I'm 3 minutes in. Brewer and Chappelle are dying laughing. I do about 5 minutes to the point where, you know, black people going, he's corny. Get him off. He's corny, right?
Brutal.
So I get off, and now all I want to do is go home, right? I can't find my fucking coat. I have no idea where my coat is. My keys to my apartment are in my coat. It's totally dark. I'm doing that where you're walking around, and you swear it's under somebody's seat, and you're like, can I just? And
they just saw you bomb.
Yeah. And now these women are going, what you want? And then... There's a black host, and he goes, what's going on back there? And someone yells out, white boy can't find his coat. The white boy can't find his coat. So he goes, turn the motherfucking lights on. And they turn the lights on, and they're all looking around going, is this your coat? And I'm walking around trying to find, and finally some lady in the back, I remember I put it by that little bar in the back area.
God.
She goes, is this your coat? And I go, yeah. And I go over and I get my coat, and they give me a big applause, and they go, you keep warm, get out of here, white boy, bye-bye. Oh, and I just took my coat, and they put the lights on, and I went home, dude. Oh, shit.
You know something, what I hated
Nobody pays dues like that anymore. They do 5 minutes of stand-up, and then they're on a goddamn special. Sorry, bro.
I know, it seems like that.
Yeah.
I was just saying that what I always loved and hated about black crowds was... They're going to have fun either way. They're either having fun with you because you're killing, or they're going to laugh at you. Either way, you kill.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be either you tell the joke and people laugh, or you tell the joke, there's a pause, somebody else says something, and then there's like the big laugh. Dude, I remember one time fucking eating it in front of all black crowd, and there was this comedy club called Mix Nuts, and now it's called Comedy Union out here in California, so out here in L.A., and I go up there, dude, and just from the get-go, I am just bombing.
Yeah.
30 seconds in, I got dry mouth, and then I'm just plowing through my act, and nobody is saying anything. There's not a sound in the room. It's just the sound of my dry lips as I'm fucking doing these jokes. And finally, 2.5 excruciating minutes of dead silence. This big girl in the back just calm as shit, just looks at her friend and just goes, I ain't laughed yet. And the whole place just goes, what? And everybody, and then they just started laughing at me, and I didn't know how to address it, and I stayed in my act and just stayed in the bubble like I was doing my show at some other comedy club where people were listening, dude, and it was fucking... I'm getting embarrassed now. The fucking humiliation of that.
To stay in your act is the worst part about it, too. It's like you're just trying to hide behind this bubble of words that don't exist, man, you know?
No, you have to. You have to address it. Like, it's weird. Like, a white crowd will almost get uncomfortable with you. But either way, you have to break the tension. But getting back to the Boston Comedy Club, dude, I had such horrific sets there when I first started. You know, when you first came to town, like Steinberg and Frost would fucking test you, and they put you on after Red Johnny and the Round Guy.
Oh, God, yeah.
Who murdered. They were this comedy team, and I remember they would end their set doing their version of that song, It Takes Two. It takes two to make a thing go right. And
Insane,
go,
insane.
Yeah. And they would be flicking the fucking lights on and off. And dude, you literally felt like, dude, I don't have a joke in my act. And they would just throw you up there.
The show's over after that. The show is over. Everybody go home after that.
The only guy I ever saw, new guy I ever saw go down and fucking not only kill, but fucking level after it was Dane Cook. Dane Cook
I believe that.
had the energy. Oh, yeah, dude. He went up there. And that's the funny thing about all the fucking shit that was said about that guy. Like, they don't understand, like, the level that guy murdered. I'll never understand that, right? Dude, he went up there and just fucking, like, he treated them like he was his, like they were like his opener. He just took it to an entirely different level. Yeah. And I remember Steinberg years later was talking about him, and Jason ran the room back then, and he said to me, he just said, yeah, man, he goes, I couldn't bury the kid. I couldn't bury him. And I remember thinking, like, yeah, I knew you guys used to do that. You used to, when guys came down, it was the exact opposite of any other club where they'd be like, oh, he's a new guy, put him up early, put him up after the fucking, you know, okay act. When you went to the Boston Comedy Club, they threw you right into the fire and right into the deep end. Yeah. And I think that's why I kept going back there. Dude, we used to walk by that club, and during the day, if I saw it, I got sick to my stomach. Just going like, oh, God, that fucking... Like, dude, it literally had my heart.
Sometimes I didn't even recognize it during the day. I'd be halfway past it and go, oh, shit, there it is, just because it's such a night thing, a dark night thing. But the thing about it, too, is, you know, the idea that you had to go through there and do that. Sometimes I'll be on the road now and, like, these features go... I'm deciding if I should move to L.A. or New York and da-da-da, and they're talking about comedy. And, like, the one question, like, you got to ask yourself is, do you love it? You got to love it so much that, like, we were blind to that, man. It was no big deal. You walk home after getting beated and battered there and...
Yeah, and you know what's funny? You know what kills me? Is quitting. I never even thought about quitting. I would just immediately be thinking about... After I was getting past that, I would try to think of, like how I could do better the next time. I just remember the worst part was just when you went to bed and you're just laying in your fucking bed. I had a walk-through bedroom, railroad apartment back then. Remember that shit up on 97th Street, right?
Yeah.
And I would fucking just be laying there in the bed just like with the humiliation of the set just going through my fucking head and everything. And like it would take you all the way into like maybe 2 PM of the next day to finally get your feet, for me anyways, get my feet back underneath me, and then I'd have a spot at the Strip, and it'd go okay.
Oh, yeah, of course,
I'd be like, all right, thank God, I'm still funny. I'm still funny. Don't sleep on Pete Corielli's new special. Let me tell you, it's streaming right now on show.com, SHO.com. Just click on comedy. He does an awesome podcast with Sebastian, who's one of the best comics out there. It's called The Pete and Sebastian Show on the Riotcast Network, which is www.riotcast.com. Your Twitter is myCorielli, CORREALE. Your website is www.PeteCorielli.com.